Sometimes you're too young to understand the NBA Finals aren't supposed to end on game-winning shots on the road from a bench player.
3 in a row for Vinnie Johnson, and the lead is cut to 1 now.
Vinnie Johnson had a tough job, and not everybody's man enough to handle that job. You got to come off the bench whenever the head coach points that way, take off those warm-ups, get in the game, and score.
Vinnie Johnson hits the basket, and it's 90-88. 5 straight points by Vinnie.
Well, Chuck knows you got to get Vinnie the ball. He's hot right now. He feels it. That's why he's handling not Isaiah Thomas.
Vinnie was the best ever, I believe, off the bench as a backcourt scorer.
15 rebounds, matching his first game high.
See, Kersey's got to get back.
Vinnie Johnson hits another one, and if he gets cooking, Rick Adelman's got deep problems.
See, you can't lose your concentration.
When the Pistons were playing the Blazers in that clinching game, I didn't know Vinnie was going to take the shot. I don't think the Pistons knew Vinnie was going to take the shot. It just ended up being Vinnie, but he was good enough and confident enough to knock down that shot, or 0.07 on the clock.
This is a guy who sacrificed more than anybody else on the Bad Boys. He would have been an all-star on another team, and he had to come off the bench here behind 2 Hall of Fame guards, and of course Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars.
Well, if they're apprehensive here in Portland, they are going bonkers at the Palace of Auburn Hills, where 21,000 plus are watching what's going on in this arena as you see it, and the Detroit Pistons can play for the last shot, and they are in a position, UB Brown, to win the NBA title on the final possession of this 5th game.
And Vinnie Johnson carried that team from being down 7 with 2 minutes left, fouled out Clyde Drexler, scored every bucket with the exception of one, an Isaiah Thomas jumper to tie the game.
All right, now you're Detroit. You have 1 timeout remaining. You know that the toughest thing for you is the inbounds pass, especially if Portland overplays. Vinnie Johnson is hot right now, and you know that they love the pick and rolls, allow the Vinnie to either penetrate or pass back to the roll man or the pick man for the perimeter shot.
Rodman will inbound. They are apparently not going to guard the inbounds pass of Rodman. Here's Isaiah.
Well, they're going to run the clock all the way down. Now, everyone's on the baseline, so they're in a 1-4 set. That way, if Thomas beats his man, someone will have to pick him up. There's the pick out.
Vinnie Johnson with 1 second to go. His shot is good! With 7/10 of a second. Timeout, Portland. They're going wild at the Palace because they are watching one of the great teams of recent years in the NBA, UB Brown, with their guttiness.
I think it was the culmination of his great career. He had a lot of big games for the Pistons, but to be the guy who made the shot that frankly made the Pistons back-to-back champions, and the guy who did it on the road with split seconds to go in the deciding game of the NBA Finals, that's about as good as it gets.
How many times in your life have you looked for a shot like that? All the times on the playgrounds, you're talking it up, you're saying, Vinnie, with no time in the clock goes in. How many times do you do that?
Well, I tell you, I do it a lot on the court, you know, when it doesn't count, but I've never been in that situation before, and for it to happen to me in this situation for us just winning this championship,
there's the shot now.
It's a great feeling.